everybody. In this project, I am going to replace the fuel overflow hose. So what is that? So when you put gas in your tank, if you put too much gas in the tank, there's a tiny little hole in the top. And that hole is meant for extra gas, the overflow. And it comes out, goes right up in here underneath of the tank. There's a hose that comes from here into that little hose, there's a little valve in the middle of the bike here. So the hose plugs into that, and then under that valve, it comes out and just points at the ground and opens up. So if you put in too much gas and then put the bike on the side stand, the gas overflow, it just spills into that little tube, comes through here, down here, and then spits out onto the ground, and you say, oh no, I'm leaking gas, what's going on? That's normal. That's the bike's way of saying you put too much in. So on my bike, the hose broke. So I learned this one day. I put too much gas in and the fuel was coming out, the gas was spilling all over the engine. So I'm like, ah! And then I figured out that's what's happening. So I bought the replacement. Here it is. It's two hoses, one that goes into the valve and one from the valve. On my bike, the one going into the valve is broken, so that's what I'm gonna replace. If the bottom one's easy to replace, I'll just do that too while I'm here. But that's the project. Let's see how it goes. So I'm gonna have to take the tank. I'll take this chrome piece off of the tank bib off. I'll take the tank off, the seat off, and then I should have easy access to it. And I'll try to capture as much of this as I can so you can see, in case you have a bike that's similar or a project that's similar and you've never done it. Here we go. So the fuel overflow, it starts when you're putting gas in. Let's take this off. Take a look. If you put too much gas in, where does it go? Well, take a look at these little tubes there, those little holes. So when you put the bike on the side stand, when you put too much gas in, it fills here, and then it goes into those little holes. And when it goes into those holes, where's it going to go? Well, that's the tube underneath of the tank that's broken on my bike. That's what I'm going to replace. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is take this off. To take off the bib, I'm going to take off the seat. One screw right here, really easy. Before you can take the tank off, you have to disconnect the fuel tap. This is the fuel tap right here, and it comes all the way back. This piece of brass, this rubber hose is what you have to disconnect. To do it, I'm going to pinch these two pieces here. They pinch together and slide back. So let's do that now. Whenever I disconnect this, some fuel falls out, so I'm just going to put a towel here. I mean, not in case, I know it's going to come out. There's a little fuel left in the hose. It's not a lot. It's really not that big a deal. You probably don't need this towel, but it just saves me, you know, why not? I know it's going to happen. All right, let's see if I can do this and allow you to see what I'm doing at the same time. I'm going to try to do this with one hand so I can hold up the flashlight with the other hand. These two clips right here, I'm going to pinch and then push back. Pinch and then push back. Pinch and push back. You can kind of see what I'm doing. It's working a little. It's hard to do with one hand. But now the pinch and push back. All right. Now the clip is off. Now I can push. This is the rubber hose. I'm going to push that back and you'll see some fuel come out. there it is. Fuel all over my hand. That's what I get for trying to do it with one hand. Okay. I just dip a little bit. I tilt it down so that later it doesn't spill, but just get some of the, whatever's in the line there out into my towel. Now I can unbolt the tank. All right, so let's unbolt it. Putting this back will tighten back to 19 Newton meters, but for right now, and this comes straight out. I leave the rubber thing on there. Okay, so now I have disconnected the fuel tap over here. People call it the petcock or the fuel tap. I have taken the bolt out. So the next thing is I'm going to tilt this up, and over here is the fuel line that I'm replacing. Not the fuel line, is the overflow, the tube for the overflow that is connected under the tank. When I lift it up, you'll see it. It's broken, so it might even fall off. And then the tank will slide back and come up. There's nothing else keeping the tank on. It's just sitting here. I'm going to slide it down, tilt it up, slide down, take it off. You'll see. And then I use a dog bed because it's super cozy. But see, over here is the fuel tap, and I don't want that to get any pressure on it at all. So I'll put the tank in here because the fuel tap sits free inside. It's really nice. So thanks to Cooper, the dog. Here we go. There might be some fuel dripping when you first lift it up, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not a leak. It's just a little left over from the line. So I'm going to come, I creep prop up a little. I'm going to come down this way and then tilt up more to unplug it. Okay. And now I'm going to go up. Oh, it's already unplugged. So let's pull this off. Okay. And let me just show you. Oh boy. I didn't see that coming. So, yeah, of course, I tipped it upside down, and those holes I showed you earlier filled with fuel, and now Cooper needs a new dog bed. I did exactly what the tank is supposed to do and got fuel all over it, so I got a little cleanup job I gotta do now. I love it. Well, oh, you can see the broken line. I'll get to that in a minute. So a bunch of fuel just poured out here. I think I got most of it. I'll find out at some point. So yeah, I get it. I totally get what I overlooked. It's because I'm tired. Well, all right, the tank's off now. When I go to put it on, I'll be a little more careful when I'm tipping it up. Probably would have been better for me to empty the tank, which normally I do this with less gas in it, so I can tip all the way up and it's fine, but in this case, nope. Well, these are the rubber tubes that it slides onto, or the rubber pieces here that it slides onto, but this is what I'm going to replace, so let's do it. So I can see it starts here, goes in here, down here, and then down here is where it's broken, where it needs to plug into this valve. So this is what it looks like in the bike. This comes underneath. This is a clip that's attached to the bike. This is the valve. The purpose of this valve is when the bike tips over, it turns off. So it's safety, it turns off. But in the meantime, the fuel just goes through and drips out. I'm having a hard time getting the new hose attached to this. So this is the clip. It just clips pulls right out like that. So you have to pull it. There's no way to get to it in here. So you have to pull it out of the little clip from the bike. And that's what I have right here. So here's the clip that's on my bike, right here. Here's the new hose. I just stuck it through up here. And now I can attach it. I can also, looks like I can get the bottom piece in too, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that because it's not today's project. But let's see if I can get this back together now. It's a little harder than I thought. Oh, and that just came off the bottom. Well, all right. Let's put this in the top. There. Now the top is on nice and solid. The bottom's not, but let's attach it. And I'm just gonna put a piece of electrical tape around that to... Okay, so the bottom piece is cracking, and I already put tape on it. I'm going to put some more. That's just not today's project. I'm not sure how I would. I think you have to feed the new cable in and down, and then it goes underneath. But this will work. This will work. All right, I got it. Now it's in there. Let's put one more. There we go. Okay, that's back in. Now here it comes out here. I already fed it through. It'll plug into the bottom of the tank right there. Here's the old one. Look at this, is what came with the bike. Let's pull this out, show it to you. Look at that, it's like a ribbed cage. Here, let's do this. So you can see the style of this. This is the original cable from 2002. It's like a rib side. But the new one is much more secure. Now let's put the tank back on and oh. I see these came off. Okay, so this will go here, this will plug into the tank. So I'm going to bring the tank back, put it here. I have to lean over, put this up. And last time, a ton of fuel came out of the tank. Let's see if I get it right this time. Okay, this time I won't lift it as high, but I've got to get I've got to get to that cable. Maybe I can do it this way. Got it. That was probably a great shot of the back of my head the whole time. This goes in first. I mean, the tank's on, but let's just screw it in. And we do 19 Newton meters. That's in. Okay. Now we're going to reconnect this fuel line like this. Push it on and then pull the clip back. You have to squeeze the clip and pull. There it is. Okay. Let's check for leaks. Oh, I think we're good. Keep it off. There we go. While I'm here and I have the seat off, I'm going to install the chair rail, the seat rail, whatever you want to call it. And this goes right here, and then the seat goes back on. But I have to take off this bolt and put this on and then put the bolt back on. Okay, so I got the chair rail on. I just did these to 28 Newton meters. Now we put this back on. So now that I put this chair seat rail on, the chair doesn't go on as easily. You have to sort of feed it in, push it back a little, and then it goes forward like that. Easy.